What is happening, guys? The quarterback position is the most important in football. A great team can be held back without a productive signal caller. On the flip side, a great quarterback can mask the flaws of an otherwise mediocre team. Just look at what guys like Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers, and Andrew Luck have done over the years. With the 2020 season nearing, it's a fun time to see how the quarterbacks in each division stack up against each other. Some divisions will feature plenty of epic QB duels. Others? Well, not so much. Let's get right into it. Here's the rankings for every NFL division based on their quarterbacks. Number 8, AFC East. Tom Brady's departure certainly doesn't help the AFC East ranking here. The GOAT left the New England Patriots to sign with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in free agency. That leaves the Pats with a decision to make. Do they go with Brady's backup, sophomore Jarrett Stidham, or do they turn to the offseason acquisition and former NFL MVP Cam Newton? Bill Belichick and Josh McDaniels have a tough call on their hands. But one thing's for sure, this is the shakiest the Patriots quarterback situation has looked since the early 90s. With Brady gone, Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills appears to be the best quarterback in the division. He displays an excellent skill set, but the dude has to cut down on his turnovers. 21 interceptions and 9 fumbles through your first 2 seasons just isn't acceptable. But Allen made tremendous progress in his sophomore year, helping the Bills earn a wildcard spot. With Stephon Diggs now in the fold, Allen is in line for a monster year. No more excuses. In Miami, it's either Ryan Fitzpatrick or Tua Tagovailoa starting at quarterback. Fitz is good for a few wins, but that's about it. While Tua's health remains a concern, much like the Patriots quarterback situation. There's too many questions in South Beach, and not enough answers. Finally, there's Sam Darnold. The number 3 pick from 2018 didn't take off like many hoped in his sophomore year, but he helped the New York Jets win 6 of their final 8 games last season. Darnold had 13 touchdowns and only 4 interceptions over that span. The lack of Pro Bowl talent around Darnold is concerning. Darnold has a superb upside, but like Tua and Stidham, we simply need to see the results. I think he's a good QB, he just needs the proper weapons around him, and maybe coaching. All in all, there are just too many questions regarding the starting quarterbacks in the AFC East, hence their last place ranking on this list. Number 7, AFC South. Deshaun Watson of the Houston Texans is a superstar, perhaps a top 5 quarterback in the NFL right now. He'll be a perennial MVP candidate for many years to come. Watson has carried 2 extremely flawed Houston teams to consecutive AFC South division titles. He nearly got them to the AFC Championship game last season too. We have no concerns about Watson, and neither should you. As for the rest of the AFC South, well, that's where things get a little bit more debatable. New Colts quarterback Phillip Rivers certainly looked like a victim of Father Time last year after tossing a whopping 20 interceptions. His Los Angeles Chargers went from 12 wins in 2018 to 5 in 2019, placing them last in the AFC West. Our guess is that Rivers enjoys a bounce-back year under old friend Frank Reich and behind a stout Colts O-line, but he's entering his age 38-39 season, and who knows, maybe Father Time is only going to hit him harder from here on out. Ryan Tannehill just won the Comeback Player of the Year after leading the Tennessee Titans to the AFC Championship game. He was the ultimate feel-good story, but a 70.3 completion percentage and 117.5 quarterback rating aren't sustainable. He also averaged a whopping 13.6 yards per completion. That number is going to drop. We're not saying Tannehill will fall flat in his face. We still expect the Titans to contend for a playoff spot, but Tannehill isn't going to be lights out like last year. Don't get overly excited about the 1-year sample size. And then there's Gardner Minshew of the Jacksonville Jaguars. He actually fared well on a lowly Jags team in his rookie season, with 21 touchdowns against 6 interceptions. Minshew also pieced together 3 game-winning drives. The man was a stud, but regression feels inevitable here. The Jags are practically tanking now, and Minshew has a limited supporting cast here. It doesn't help that the Jaguars play in a division with 3 playoff contenders, so don't expect Minshew to match or top the success of his rookie year. Number 6, AFC West. Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in football right now, and there's really no way of denying that. An MVP season in your first full season, followed by a Super Bowl championship and Super Bowl MVP. Yeah, we don't need to keep rambling on about this guy. He'll be the best quarterback in football for a long, long time. The Denver Broncos hope to have a future star in Drew Lock, who showed plenty of promise last season. He won 4 of 5 starts, completing 64.1 of his passes for 7 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. Lock should be even better in year 2. John Elway drafted future superstar receiver Jerry Jeudy and another lightning-fast wideout in KJ Hamler. This came after he signed Melvin Gordon to complement Philip Lindsay in the backfield. Those four, along with Courtland Sutton and Noah Fant, give Luck a ridiculous amount of weapons. We expect a big year from him. The Las Vegas Raiders have Derek Carr, who has proven he can put up the stats, but also only has one winning season through his first 6 years in the NFL. Quarterbacks are often judged by their ability to lead their teams to W's, and Carr has struggled mightily in that department. Don't be surprised if Marcus Mariota takes over as the starter at some point. As for the Chargers, they'll have to choose between veteran journeyman Tyrod Taylor and unproven rookie Justin Herbert. They, like the Raiders, certainly don't help the AFC West rankings, hence this division's placement in the bottom half of our list, even with someone like Patrick Mahomes leading the way. Number 5, NFC East. Carson Wentz and Dak Prescott are top 10 quarterbacks. So the NFC East makes the top 5 despite concerns about the New York Giants and Washington football team's quarterback situations. Injuries have slowed down Wentz production a bit, but a 25-15 record dating back to 2017 speaks for itself. Even if it was Nick Foles who completed the Philadelphia Eagles championship journey, Wentz made it all possible with his MVP-like regular season. Prescott only has one playoff win through 4 seasons, but the guy has a 40-24 record. He threw for 4,902 yards and 30 touchdowns last season. Now he has Mike McCarthy replacing Jason Garrett and a new weapon in CeeDee Lamb. He's going to be a stud in 2020. The Kyle Allen-Dwayne Haskins tandem in DC isn't exactly inspiring, but hopefully head coach Ron Rivera can make it work with one of them at least. As for Daniel Jones, he showed some promise on an awful Giants team in 2019. His supporting cast of Saquon Barkley, Sterling Shepard, Darius Slayton, and Golden Tate is pretty good, and rookie Andrew Thomas should help fix that horrendous offensive line. Number 4, NFC North. The division of quarterbacks is highlighted by future Hall of Famer Aaron Rodgers. Maybe he's not a top-tier quarterback anymore, but he did his part in helping the Green Bay Packers win 13 games last season, en route to an NFC Championship game appearance. Rodgers can still make the big-time throws when his team needs it. If the Packers ever supplied him with more offensive playmakers, maybe he'd regain that MVP form. At any rate, he's still good enough to lead his team to a championship. Kirk Cousins may be overpaid and overrated, but he's still better than half of the starting quarterbacks in the league. Credit where it's due. He was excellent last season. Remember when nobody gave him a chance to beat the New Orleans Saints in the playoffs? Now, if Cousins can just sustain that level of success, more people would consider Matthew Stafford to be a top 10 quarterback, and the Detroit Lions weren't so horrible. He was headed towards a monster season in 2019, with 2,499 yards and 19 touchdowns in just 8 games. Sadly, a back injury ended his season in November, forcing him to miss his first game since 2010. Can Stafford bounce back in 2020? At just 32 years old, we still have faith. The Chicago Bears won't hesitate to throw in Super Bowl 52 MVP Nick Foles if Trubisky continues to struggle, which seems likely. So let's just pencil Foles in as the main starter. That means you have a Super Bowl MVP quarterback as the 4th best signal caller in your division. Not bad at all, NFC North. Not bad at all. Number 3, AFC North. The quarterbacks in this division are highlighted by none other than reigning MVP Lamar Jackson, who had one of the most dominant seasons ever last year. This guy led the NFL with 36 touchdown passes while rushing for 1,206 yards, the most ever by a quarterback in a single season. Maybe he'll regress a bit statistically, but Jackson is a winner. Expect him to be the king of all AFC North quarterbacks for the long run. Ben Roethlisberger is a 2-time Super Bowl winner and future Hall of Famer, but at age 38, coming off of major elbow surgery, does he still have it? He should at least be good enough to guide Pittsburgh towards playoff contention. At worst, he's the 3rd best QB in this division. Baker Mayfield flopped in year 2 following a superb rookie year, but new head coach Kevin Stefanski won't waste his potential the way Freddie Kitchens did. New weapons Austin Hooper and Harrison Bryant, coupled with a beefed-up O-line, should help Mayfield rebound in 2020. And then there's Joe Burrow, whom the Cincinnati Bengals drafted 1st overall. The guy has all the makings to be a major star. We expect him to dazzle in his rookie year, and it won't be long before the Bengals become contenders. Be sure to tune in for all the AFC North Division matchups. Lots of great quarterback duels to be had here. Number 2, NFC West. If you want to make a case for the NFC West having the best quarterbacks in football, we don't blame you. Russell Wilson of the Seattle Seahawks is a perennial MVP candidate. You can argue that he's a top 3 quarterback right now. Absolutely amazing what he can do behind an awful offensive line. This guy doesn't get enough respect as an elite quarterback. We don't like the Jared Goff contract one bit, but let's not discount his accomplishments thus far. 2 Pro Bowls, 3 straight winning seasons, back-to-back seasons of over 4,600 yards, and a Super Bowl 53 appearance. You'd still probably take him over half of today's quarterbacks. Jimmy Garoppolo received too much criticism for the San Francisco 49ers Super Bowl loss. Hello?
Hello? Hello? Anybody home?
The guy still took his team to the big game in his first full year as a starter. A 21-5 record when he's under center speaks for itself. Arizona Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray won Offensive Rookie of the Year honors in 2019. Now he has DeAndre Hopkins to feed the ball too. The D-Hop acquisition, as well as his added experience, will lead to a monster season for Murray. He's a star in the making. This will be a fun four-way race between these quarterbacks for the division title. Enjoy. Number 1, NFC South. This was an easy choice for us. You have the two all-time leaders in passing yards and touchdowns. That's Drew Brees and Tom Brady. Both are in their 40s, and though they may be on the tail end of their careers, they're still among the game's more prolific quarterbacks. If you were asked to win one game right now, there's not many other quarterbacks you'd take over these two guys. Matt Ryan's Atlanta Falcons aren't a contender anymore, but the stats prove he's still in that top 5 to 10 range. He's always among the leaders in every major passing category. It would be nice to see this future Hall of Famer get a ring before he retires. Teddy Bridgewater won all 5 starts for the Saints last year after filling in for an injured Brees. His reward, a $63 million contract to start for the Panthers, with DJ Moore and Christian McCaffrey leading a strong supporting cast in Carolina. Everything is in store for Bridgewater to emerge as a quality starting quarterback. We feel sorry for the NFC South defenses. Good luck stopping these 4 signal callers. Which NFL division do you think has the best quarterback? Join me in the comment section below. Make sure to follow myself and TPS on social media, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. We are on everything. Go follow us, go subscribe, go do all that. Of course, subscribe to TPS down below because we post videos every day. Every day's a new video. Why would you not want that? Come on, sports content every day. There's barely any sports on TV right now. Watch our content. It's dope. Like this video too, because that would be like super dope too. All right, thank you so much. What's up, bro? Yeah, just Biondo. Money.
My knee.